Hello, this is Justin, and I am just kind of showing a couple things about this track that I did. But first, I wanted to play a reference. So, this is from Paula Temple. She is an amazing, amazing artist. If you are into anything electronic, definitely check out Paula Temple. And the coolest thing I think about this track is that it's using generative techniques. So you're making a drum loop, but then really what you're doing to change the drum loop has less to do with drum fills and more has to do with automation. So for example, if you listen to my drums, that's them being sent to all this stuff, and there's like reverbs and other things in there. This whole wet rack type thing. But now if I turn this off, and so now when I turn it back on, you're going to hear I'm just using this delay to add extra hits. Let me turn this back on so everything lights up and it looks pretty. But I'm just using some delays. And a lot of us have already used the audio effect rack where you can split channels and process them differently. So this is dry, and that's just the original signal. It's this, you'll hear it, it's just the snare. And then there's the delayed signal. And then there's going to be the reverb signal. And then all I did is I attached the dry wet. Hold on, I can open the mapping and tell you. So the dry wet is just one is each knob for the two delays. So in the delay section, I have the dry wet here mapped to this knob, and then if you come a little bit further, this dry wet knob is mapped. This dry wet knob is mapped all the way over here to the left. If I scroll back over to the to this knob, and then I just move those around sometimes. So, see, I kind of just move them around a little bit. But right here, be these triangles would be the dry wet macros, where I just move them occasionally. But that is just a really easy way to get a drum pattern and develop it and get a nice texture. And so a lot of it has to do with making sure that whatever layers you add, whether it be the wrong track, whether it be this delay group or this reverb, make sure you set the volumes, and I use EQ and things like that to control it. But think about the dry signal being the main signal, and so we'll think about it like a drawer that we can fit clothes into. So if we just have the dry signal, that dry signal fills up the entire dresser drawer. But once you start adding in the delay signal and the reverb signal, you have too many clothes for the drawer. So now what you have to do is take some away from the dry to make a little bit room for the delay and the reverb clothes. And then basically what you're doing is you're controlling. You only have a certain amount of room in that dresser drawer, right? So we want to remove some clothes from the dry and so we can fit some delay close in and some reverb close. But that's basically it, and then you end up with something that feels very generative. Um, and then I'll play the drop so you can hear kind of how it works in context. But it's basically just these drums, a little vocal loop that I made, some synths, a bass, a pad, a melody, and a little mallet, and then Captain Planet is my what I like to call my Foley sound. So I have some rain in there and a campfire. Yeah. But let's check this out and see what's going on. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in class.